Thanks so much there, Christina. It is a safe space free of judgment to share ideas. That's the mission behind the nonprofit called the Breaking Bread Village. And this morning we welcome the founder and CEO, Erin Patrice, to talk about an upcoming event as well in Midland. Good morning, Erin.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. So you were telling me a moment ago, you are from the Midland area.
Yes.
What inspired your nonprofit, the Breaking Bread Village? First off, it's a pleasant name. I like it.
Thank you. Thank you. So what inspired it was 2020, right? I mean, it was hard for all of us. Chaotic year. We had vaccine stuff. We had presidential stuff. We had social justice stuff.
Yeah, a lot going on.
Yes, it was so much divisiveness. And I just said, you know what? We need to have a safe space for all of us to come together and talk to each other instead of talking at each other. So that's what inspired it.
Well, hey, as someone who works in the news, we just try to bring the facts to the people. But, sometimes people become very passionate about certain topics. And like you said, it can lead to things boiling over. So how do you go about this? What do you do to bring different ideas and views together?
Well, I intentionally bring people from different perspectives. I want to hear from all people, and bringing them together, I say, you know what, I set an expectation of everyone listening to each other and actually doing some active listening, right? And once everyone comes together, it's a beautiful space, and people actually respect each other in the space, so it's been pretty cool.
Yeah, so how does it work? Have you hosted events in the past, and where do you find these folks?
Sure, so I search high and low. I try to stay within my community as well, and also I've spoken to people all across the country. So it started off as an online presence because we were all inside in 2020, and then 2021 last year we did our first live show where we have a live audience, and they can also engage in the conversation as well. So yeah,
interesting.
That's how it comes together.
What have you learned throughout this process of, bringing these different voices to the table?
That most of us are saying the same thing. We really are saying the same thing. It's just about how we navigate to get to those end goals is what makes it different. So once I found that out, that we all are saying the same thing, I just learned to kind of help everyone listen to each other, hear each other, and be able to take in and receive what people say.
So tell us a little bit more about yourself. What's your background? I mean, why are you so interested in this?
I've always been interested in people and the way our minds work and how our hearts kind of connect. So I've been like that since I was a child. So I just kind of used it and formulated this Breaking Bread Village space because even as a child, I used to always be told, stop asking questions, stop this, stop that. And now I'm able to do it and people celebrate it. So it's a good full circle.
What is it like, though, to see, I guess, a lot of times people get defensive over topics. What is it like to see people kind of break that defensiveness down and make those connections?
It is so beautiful. I call it the after. So after the conversation, you see the transformations that people have. Sometimes it's months later, sometimes it's instantly. And when you see people kind of like, bring those
shoulders.
Yes,
yeah.
You realize that they're actually listening and people appreciate being heard. So once you create that space for people to be able to share and also receive, people really appreciate it. So
interesting. So you have an event, an award ceremony coming up in Midland, right? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, I'm so excited about it. So in Midland, we have the Cultural Awareness Coalition that's funded through the Midland Area Foundation. And what they do is a neighboring week. So it's essentially trying to get people to connect and come together within the community. So I wanted to help out with that and start first annual Celebrating You award ceremony. And basically what it is just celebrating. I'm going to celebrate 6 individuals and a company that I believe actually practices those concepts as far as being a good neighbor.
Yeah, and that's coming up in a few days there.
Yeah, Friday. I'm really excited. Yes, yes.
Wonderful. Well, any other, takeaways today? What do you hope people accomplish trying to listen to different voices, because it's not always easy to do.
It is not easy to do, so I do not even want to paint that picture. But what I want people to take away is that the world is bigger than our world, right? It's bigger than our space, our little silos and our echo chambers, that we have to look and reach beyond that to really connect with other people.
Hey, that's some powerful stuff there. Again, thanks to you, Erin Patrice, CEO and founder of the Breaking Bread Village nonprofit. There's a website on your screen for more information if you're interested in finding out more. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
I enjoyed it.